Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Lee. You're watching Dark Arts Creations, and this is going to be week 1 of Old School April. Okay, so brief explanation of Old School April. If you don't know, it is a readathon, watchathon, eatathon, activity-a-thon that takes place in the month of April that is focused on old school and nostalgic to you type of things. There's a friendly competition between 4 teams. So you join, you get on a team, and you're helping your team get the most points that they can by watching, reading, eating, and doing activities. So there was 4 teams. There's the Candyman crew, Beetlejuice, Ghostbusters, and Scoobies. I joined the Scoobies. And there's prompts for reading, there's prompts for movie watching. TV kind of has its thing, like it has to be nostalgic. There were certain things, like if you did cartoons, you had to like watch 10 cartoons to equal 1 point type of thing. And then there was an Instagram challenge and just other activities to do along the way. So I'm going to just kind of go down what I did every day, and then when I do a book, I'll tell what the prompts were and what the book was about. So for April 1st, I did the Instagram challenge, which I'll probably just call Sad Sick April because that's what they're calling it. And that was to post my current read. I watched an episode of TV. This is supposed to be nostalgic old school, like takes place 2006 and before. I also saw some stuff that said whatever nostalgia means to you. I happened to watch the show 1923, which takes place in the year 1923. So that's a little bit before 2006. So I'm counting that. There's some, like every day you could do a craft. I chose to color a coloring book page. I attended a sprint, a kickoff show with Kelsey, who is the host of this show, if I did not say that, of the readathon, Kelsey at Slime and Slashers. Blah, blah, blah. Kelsey at Slime and Slashers. So I watched her kickoff show. One of the tracker prompt things, activities, is to eat or drink a nostalgic snack or beverage. I made these sausage rolls that my mom used to make us all the time when we were younger. So I made that for the first time for myself, which also coincides with an extra point I could get for making a nostalgia themed recipe. So I got one for that. Then you also, along the way, you're watching and commenting on Old School April videos and vlogs. So I watched one of those. And then you use a game wheel or generator to choose your next activity, read, watch. So I used one of those to pick like the first reading prompt that I was going to do for the month. So that was pretty much it. It's going to take me a few days to get actually into the reading, but I'm okay with that. So that was my first day. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Or I'm assuming that's how it works. Like there's a point for everything. You also have to log your points, and I'm told don't wait till the end of the month to do them all. So I figured at the end of every week, kind of like when I do this video, is when I will put all my points, or fill in what I did for the points, I guess. I don't know how it's going to work. I haven't even looked at that yet. Okay, day 2 was the Instagram challenge. That theme for the second was holographic. For that, I had a bunch of CDs because they're holographic on one side. TV episode I watched was Dynamite, which is AEW wrestling. Wrestling's absolutely nostalgic to me. I've been watching wrestling since I was a little kid. Craft I did was coloring. It's very easy to just watch TV and color. I did attend an official Old School April sprint. So some of these activities, you'll see when I'm going to post the tracker. Some of them you can do more than once. A lot of them you do 30, once every day type of thing. Some of them are 10 or 12 times. And then other ones you just get one time. So it was share a childhood or nostalgic picture on Discord. So I posted a picture of me there. I'll post it again here because I feel like maybe people are going to want to see it. Then for eat or drink a nostalgic snack or beverage, I had those little, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm sure you remember, they were like they were ice cream cups that had like fudge or strawberry at the bottom, and you ate them with like a wooden stick. So Mark brought those home, so I had one of those. Then again, one of those like one-time prompt things is to listen to 12 nostalgic songs. So I listened to a bunch of Rat Pack, which is like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and some songs I have like on a road trip playlist. So they're all definitely old school songs. So that got me my 12 right there. That was like my one time. So I won that. I got that one. I won that one. Watch and comment on old school April videos or vlogs. I watched 11 and commented on them. And film an old school April related video, vlog, or reel. I posted my first short ever of me doing the spinner wheel prompt for my first reading prompt. And then wear a nostalgic accessory, costume, or outfit. I don't consider this was cheating, but I used to wear scrunchies on my wrist all the time, so I just kind of did that for the day and got a point for that. Okay, so for April 3rd, I did the Instagram Sad Sick April, which was a mystery. I'm trying to remember what I posted. And of course I can't see because I'm filming on my phone. Anyway, oh, I know what it was. I put a poll. Old school versus new school, and the old school was the movie Clue and new school was Knives Out. I don't think I did the poll the right way because nobody voted on it, but I tried. Next, I watched a movie, and I don't know how to pronounce it in Italian. I'll put it right here, but it's The Psychic in English. I think it goes to 7 something Black 7. The reason I picked this one is because one of the prompts is watch a giallo, which I'm sort of considering are like weird horror movies from Italy. That's kind of what I got from it. So I just Googled what were some good ones. I looked what I could get. I was actually able to watch one on Hoopla, so that's what I did. So the prompts that this met were directed by a woman or a woman main character. The main character is a woman. A movie that was released the year you were born. Watch a giallo. Watch a movie from a country outside of your own. This was Italy. Watch a movie released in the 70s or earlier. This was produced in 77. Watch a movie released before 2006. Watch a movie with blue or red in the movie poster. So this definitely had red in the movie poster. So this was a movie about a woman who, she is American. Her husband is Italian. They are recently married. They've been married for like 6 months. She's seeing these weird like visions, and as time's going on throughout the day, throughout like the next, I don't even know how long it was, a week maybe, all those things from her vision start happening, and not exactly how she thinks they are. She's talking to the cops about it. She's talking to her husband about it, to some other people. I don't want to give anything away. It definitely had a weird but creepy ending, but I kind of was into it. So I'm glad that I actually watched it, and that got a lot of prompts done for that. Now, I'm not actually sure if when I post that movie, will all those prompts get me points, or will it just count for one? I'm not exactly sure on that yet. Anyway, other things I did on the 3rd was I colored 2 pictures, and so then this day you also had to watch 12 nostalgic music videos. So I just put on like a 90s playlist and just watched a bunch of videos at work, which was kind of funny. And then I watched and commented on one old school April vlog. Oh, I know I did this the wrong way. Hang on. I'm gonna have to look at things from 5 different points of view. Okay, and I apologize. Going forward, I'll have this done differently so that this isn't like an issue. Okay, so day 4 was Sad Sick April's Instagram post, which was Christopher Pike. So I just posted my 2 favorite Christopher Pike books, which I'll put right here. Then I did finish my first book. This was Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. This completed a bunch of prompts for me. This was Larger Than Life, read a book over 300 pages. I Love Lucy, a book written by a woman with a female protagonist. One of the two protagonists are female and was written by a female. The Young and the Restless, read a romance, a smut book, or a saucy book. This definitely had a little sauce to it. The Breakfast Club, a book with food on the cover or in the story. Saved by the Bell, a book with a school setting. Both of the main characters are teachers. Then Electric Boogaloo, read a sequel. This is the third book in this series. In the Mouth of Madness, which is a book about writers. Not only are they both teachers, they are also both writers / secret writers. New Kids on the Block, read a new to you author or genre. This is my first time reading a Sarah Adams. And Mixtape, a book with mixed media elements. A lot of this book is them writing emails back and forth to each other over years and text messages. So this is about two teachers. They've kind of had a rivalry since college. They went to the same college, they work at the same school now, and I don't want to give away too much about anything, but the male teacher is also a secret writer, a very well-published secret writer, and she's written her first book and she's thinking about getting it published. So the male teacher, he buys a house in town instead of commuting back to the school. And of course he buys the house that's next door to the female main character. And he's working on the house. Because she's so beloved in the town, she's kind of like gotten everybody to go against him. He can't like find a handyman to help him. He can't like get like the fresh bread at the store, that type of thing. But I will say there is such a chemistry between them. And normally when it's a intimacy scene or whatever in a book, I just kind of skip through it. Not because I'm prude, but just because I'm just like, whatever, if I'm not involved, what am I reading this for, type of thing. So, but I will say I was driving home, and he was critiquing her love scene in the book, and she was just kind of like, well, how would you do it? And the detail that he went into about this was very worth listening to, let's put it that way. So I really enjoyed this one. I already said what the prompts were, and I gave this one 4 stars. I know there's 2 already in the series. If I could find them, I'll go back and I'll read those as well. Okay, book number 2 was One Day at Horrorland by R.L. Stine. This is number 16 in the Goosebumps series. The prompts that it fit for me were Retro Vintage, a book published before 2006. I believe this was published in 94. Time Warp, read a book set in the 80s or 90s or with a nostalgic vibe. This fits. Neon on the cover, definitely. A lot of the Goosebumps have like some neon-ish on the cover. I Love Lucy, where the main character was a girl, was the main character. Teen Witch, a book with magic, magical elements, items, witches, etc. VHS, a book with old technology on the cover or in the story. This takes place in the 90s, so older technology. You're in for a scare, read a Goosebumps book. Get Shorty, which is read a novella. This was like only like 123 pages, so I consider that a novella. Monster Squad, a book that has a monster of any kind in it or on the cover. This one definitely had both. The Sixth Sense, a book with a number in the title. This was One Day at Horrorland. Then I Know You Are, But What Am I? Read a book with either an eyeball or the letter I on the cover. This had both. Electric Boogaloo, a sequel. This is number 16. Giallo for yellow on the cover. This had yellow on the cover. The Goonies. What was The Goonies? Read a middle grade or a YA. This definitely fits for that. And Freddy's Nightmares, a book that could give you nightmares. This book was creepy, so possibility for that. So this book is about a family that was on their way to like a zoo or something. They wind up seeing this horror land. They see the roller coasters and stuff. They're like, let's go here. It's free to get in. There's no lines. Easily they could park their car. And as soon as they get inside, things start going not how they expected. It's creepy. There's these creepy people walking around, monsters walking around, the doom slide, the house of mirrors, like all these creepy things that turn out to be very scary. I'll leave it at that. There was a little twist and another twist at the end. I gave this one 4 stars. Also, I had one of the prompts was off the rack, read a nostalgic or vintage magazine, and I wound up reading a highlights magazine. I loved highlights back in the day. Okay, so for crafts, I did another coloring page. For eat or drink a nostalgic beverage or snack, I did a shrimp cocktail, which me and my brother loved shrimp cocktails when we were little. We would always beg to have them. So we did a shrimp cocktail, and I had 2 strawberry ice cream cups. And I watched 1 video for the day. Again, I did the scrunchie for the nostalgic accessory and make a nostalgic themed recipe. I did make the homemade cocktail sauce and made the shrimp cocktail myself. I didn't just go buy it. Okay, day 5. We did the Sad Sick April Instagram post, which was Femme Fatale. I posted, not going to remember her name now, but Point of No Return right here. Loved this movie back in the day. It's about a female assassin. For a TV episode, I watched Collision, which is a Saturday wrestling show. Again, wrestling's nostalgic for me. I colored 2 coloring book pages. I attended a Discord watch party and I watched some cartoons that Kelsey had put up. I watched 3 and watched and commented on 3 vlogs or videos. Play a nostalgic board game. I played Uno, which I love. We had a lot of games, like we have Monopoly, Trouble or Pop-O-Matic Trouble, where you pop the little bubble on the top and move around. Uno, a couple of other things that I'm planning on playing throughout April. And then I had another strawberry ice cream cup. These are really going to be bad for me. I'm glad that they're almost done. And I'll only eat the strawberry. I don't eat the chocolate one, so I think there's only 1 strawberry one left, which I might eat after this. And then they have something that's going to come up every week called a curveball. So there are some curveballers who are going to throw us just that, a little twist for the week. You have a certain amount of time to complete whatever it is. So this one was to watch a video that was an hour of nostalgic K-pop. There were 21 videos, and on the 5th, I finished 8 of the 21 videos. K-pop's not exactly my jam. Not into it at all. However, these videos, as the girl who did the video said, the curveballer said, these are very like heavily 90s and maybe early 2000s rap influence, and they were. So picture like the mirrored and lights in the back. In the background, I'm thinking very like Diddy and Mace type of videos, and then like maybe very boy band in sync type of stuff. That's what I thought of, like what the videos were. And the music wasn't that bad. It is very heavily influenced, and I just kind of like turned it on and did other things. So like I was coloring at the same time, so not too bad. So I got 8 of the 21 done for that one. Okay, so that was the first week of Old School April. So I'm posting the activity tracker here so you can kind of see how everything looks like a month at a glance. So I got 5 crafts done. I did 1 watch party. I did 2 sprints, I shared the childhood picture on Discord, and that was a one-time, so I kind of like greened that one out. I ate 6 nostalgic snacks. I finished all 12 songs as well as all 12 music videos. I watched and commented on 17 vlogs or videos. I participated in all 5 days of the Instagram challenge for Sad Sick April. I filmed 1 old school April related video. I used a wheel generator to choose an activity. I played 1 nostalgic board game. I'm going to consider the Uno a board game since it wasn't a video game. I wore 2 nostalgic accessories and I made 3 nostalgia themed recipes. So that's where I'm ending at the first week. These are definitely time consuming, especially when you see how much people are participating on the Discord. I think there's like over 450 members, so it is just constantly going. And you're just trying to constantly keep up with everything, everybody's recommendations, what everybody's doing. It's a lot. So what I've discovered I have to do, you know, in addition to working and all the other things I want to get done, I just kind of mute the Discord during the day, and then like I'll look at it when I come home and kind of catch up on it that way, and then just try to focus on this stuff. So anyway, that's it for the first week. I am excited to be doing this. I'm looking forward to what I'm going to get done for week 2. And I will bring you along next week so you can see how I'm doing. And by then I'll probably have a better idea of like what the point system is. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Your support means a lot to me, and I love connecting with our amazing community. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe to stay updated with my latest videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.